After my sister stole my boyfriend, again, I turned to the one man she'd secretly loved for 5 years. Genevieve had always seen me as her rival. Clothes, attention, and now men. Once, she looked me straight in the eyes and smirked. What can I say, Elena? No man around you can resist me. I just laughed and hugged the one man she could never have, my soulmate. She had broken up with Adam like it meant nothing. We only dated for a month, she said, sipping her milkshake like it was just a casual topic. But that wasn't normal. I sat with my coffee, remembering the photos he sent me, calling it true love. She didn't even care. Adam was never truly mine. Handsome, smart, wealthy. He used me as a shield to keep other girls away. Our relationship became public the day before she took it from me. Genevieve didn't want Adam. She just didn't want him to be alone or with me. So I changed the rules. I told her before I never had great taste in men, but this time I found someone different. Someone exceptional. She raised an eyebrow. Seriously? Let's see. Right on cue, Mateo arrived. Black shirt, silver chain, calm confidence. The moment she saw him, I caught that glint in her eyes, but Mateo only looked at me. We left together. He walked me to the basketball court where I had a game. I sat on the sidelines holding his jacket. Mateo wasn't just attractive. He was bold, protective, real. I had admired him since freshman year, when he stepped in to stop a guy harassing a girl, no hesitation. Over time, I found my way into his world. By sophomore year, we were texting constantly. But everything shifted when I pretended to date Adam. Mateo got jealous. Voice trembling, eyes red, he cornered me and asked why I'd chosen someone else. That night shattered the wall between us. Since then, he had been the perfect boyfriend. Even my roommate said so. But deep down, I feared one thing, Genevieve. She started showing up again. One day, I found her outside waiting, with him. Mateo stayed polite, but I noticed he invited me to dinner and told me to bring her along. I knew what I was doing. So I did. She wore a red miniskirt, plunging neckline, perfect waves in her hair. Mateo smirked. I heard you're great at basketball, she said. Maybe you can teach me? He shrugged. You want to learn? Hire a coach.
She leaned in.
Why hire one when my sister's boyfriend is right here? Mateo didn't flinch. Don't forget, I'm her boyfriend. Let's not get things twisted. For the first time, her perfect confidence cracked. I stirred my ramen, amused. Minutes later, I dropped my chopsticks on purpose. As I bent down to grab them, I saw it, her foot, right between his legs. And Mateo hadn't moved. My heart sank. He didn't notice. Or worse, he didn't care. That night, I couldn't sleep. That image played over and over in my mind like a broken record. But worse than what I saw was what I didn't see. No reaction, no flinch, no discomfort.
He just sat there.
The next morning, Mateo greeted me with warmth. Arms around my waist, a kiss on my forehead, as if nothing had happened. But it was stuck in my mind like a splinter. I needed answers. That afternoon, we sat on the campus lawn. The sunlight fell softly through the trees. Mateo handed me a bottle of water and smiled. Mateo, I said carefully, do you think Genevieve is attractive? He laughed. Is this a trap? Just answer. I insisted. He thought for a moment. I mean, sure, she's objectively pretty. But so are a lot of people. Yeah, but she wants you, I said flatly. You know that, right? He frowned. I guess, but I don't really pay attention. Why not? Because I only see you, Elena. Simple. But my gut said otherwise. 3 days later, Genevieve showed up uninvited. Like always. She made a milkshake in my kitchen like it was hers and asked if Mateo was coming over. Maybe, I said. Her eyes lit up.
Cool.
I wanted to ask him something about that jump he made at your last game. He was incredible. I stayed cold. You seem really into him. I like talent, she said, winking. Especially when it's pure. That night, Mateo came over. We watched a movie, but I was distant. He noticed. What's going on? He asked. Nothing, I lied. He paused the movie. You've been acting weird since that dinner. I stared at him. You didn't move your leg, I said quietly. What? When her foot was under the table between your legs. You didn't even flinch. He blinked. Wait, what are you talking about? You didn't move, I repeated, my voice sharper this time. Her foot. Under the table. You just let it stay there. Mateo leaned back, clearly thrown off. I didn't even notice. I scoffed. You didn't notice a foot between your legs? Elena, he reached for my hand, but I pulled it away. I was focused on you.
I swear.
I wasn't paying attention to anything else. Don't lie to me, I whispered. He hesitated, just for a second. That second was all it took. I stood up. Elena, please, he said, standing too. Don't do this. Don't let her come between us. She always comes between us, I said, voice trembling. Between me and everything I care about. Mateo looked at me, eyes softening. But you know I love you, right? Do I? I didn't answer. Instead, I left. The days after that were gray. I didn't block his number. I didn't text him either. Genevieve, of course, noticed. She appeared again, this time outside my class, pretending it was a coincidence. She leaned against the wall, perfect as ever, nails done, hair bouncing with every smug turn of her head. You broke up already? She asked innocently, licking a cherry lollipop. That's a shame. I thought he liked you. I clenched my fists. Get to the point, Genevieve. She grinned. I just came to say hi. And maybe see if he's free this weekend. I felt my stomach drop. You're unbelievable. She tilted her head. I mean, if you're not with him anymore, what's the harm? Do you even want him? I asked, my voice low. She smiled again, this time slower, sharper. Want him? Not really. But I like knowing you don't have him. And there it was. The truth behind every stolen dress, every cruel smile, every man she ever kissed just because I loved him first. She didn't want love. She wanted to win. That night, I got a text from Mateo. I'm outside.
Can we talk?
I stared at the screen for a long time. My heart said go. My pride said don't. I opened the door, anyway. He was standing there, rain on his shoulders, like some sad scene from a movie we once watched together. Elena, he said quietly, I made a mistake. You think? No, he stepped forward. Not that night. Not Genevieve. This. Letting you walk away, without a fight. My chest tightened. Why didn't you move your leg, Mateo? I froze, he said honestly. I felt something under the table, and I thought it was you. I didn't look. I didn't care who it was. I was talking to you. That's all I remember. I searched his eyes. They didn't lie. But still, the damage had been done. The seed of doubt was planted, and I couldn't unsee that night. I don't know if I can trust you, I admitted. I'll earn it back, he said, without hesitation. And somehow, that hurt even more because I knew he meant it. Mateo stood there, waiting for my answer. But before I could say a word, my phone buzzed. A message. No name, no number. Just a photo. Genevieve. Lying on a couch.
Sleeping.
Wearing his black shirt. His silver chain was hanging off the edge of the couch, clearly visible. My stomach twisted. I looked at him. He looked confused. Elena, what's wrong? Do you love me? I asked, holding up the phone. More than anything. I turned the screen to show him. He froze. That's not what it looks like, he said immediately. She showed up at my place, said she was sick. I let her rest on the couch. I went to shower. In your shirt. Elena. Did she take this photo? He swallowed hard. I don't know. But I knew. And worse, if he didn't take it, she did. Genevieve had won. But not the way she thought. The next day, I left a note in Mateo's locker. She can have you. But you'll never forget that for a second, you almost had something real. And ruined it. I unfollowed him on everything.
Cut my hair.
Dyed it darker. Started fresh. A week later, Genevieve posted a selfie with him. Caption. What's meant to be mine always comes back. I smiled. Because I knew. Mateo was never hers. He was never truly mine. He was just another trophy on the shelf of someone who never knew the value of anything she took. 2 months later, I heard they broke up. She'd started dating the team coach. Mateo sent me a message. A long text. Full of regret, and I miss you. I didn't answer. I deleted the chat and closed the app. That night, I went out with someone new. Someone off her radar. Someone outside my past. He looked me in the eyes, laughed at my jokes, and held my hand like I was the only person in the room. For the first time, Genevieve wasn't between us. And that, to me, was the real happy ending. And I didn't know if I could let him.